Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to continue our current environment videos. This will be basic allies. This video also is going to have one extra little thing. We're going to show every single hero that's currently available in the current environment because almost every hero had a basic ally. So you could use this as a reference for which heroes you're allowed to build decks for, as well as going over the basic allies.
All right.
So the current format is something that was that came up with the 1.7 rules reference back in December, and the current environment is any player cards that came in the core set, the Age of Apocalypse wave, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D wave, the Civil War wave, which we are currently in the middle of, and then the upcoming Defender wave.
Yeah, and so we're only going to show the cards that are currently out yet. We're not showing anything that's been previewed but is not currently available. And of course, we don't know what's coming in the Defenders cards.
Right. But after these basic videos, when we're done with them, when Wonder Man and Hercules comes out, then we'll do a supplemental video that will cards that they introduced or reprinted that's going to get added to the current environment. So those will be, so between the whole set of videos as the year goes by, you'll see the current environment adapting as we go. And then in theory, December of 2026, the 1.8 version will come out and Age of Apocalypse wave will drop off.
And whatever the next wave
and whatever the next wave in 2027 will get added. All right. So let's show the heroes that we can do and with the basic allies as we go.
That is Iron Man.
Yep. The Tony Stark version.
Yeah. All right, so we've got the Peter Parker version of Spider-Man. We have She-Hulk. We have Captain Marvel. And we have the T'Challa version of Black Panther.
All right. So that was the heroes from the core set. So the first ally we have.
So the first ally here we've got is Mockingbird, also known soliloquy as Blockingbird, but she is a 3-cost shield spy ally with 3 hit points. She thwarts for 1, she attacks for 1. Her response is, after she enters play, you can stun an enemy.
All right. Then we got Nick Fury ally. This is an amazing ally. Still use him today. He costs 4, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, shield spy, force response after Nick Fury enters play. Choose 1. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Yeah, no, it's not happening. Draw 3 cards.
Oh yeah, that's
happening. Or deal 4 damage to an enemy. Yeah, probably not happening. At the end of the round, if Nick Fury is still in play, discard him. Yeah, you almost just always use him for draw 3. But I have used him for the other 2 before.
I have used him for thwart. I don't think I've ever actually used him for the damage.
I have, but the main thing is you want to do.
But yeah, I what was it? It was even actually relatively recently. It was like within the last couple of months that I actually used it for the first time for thwart. I had actually forgotten that he had that available.
Right, because Dirk has blinders on. The next product was Age of Apocalypse, which gave us Bishop and Magic. And the first ally.
All right, so we've got Legion. So Legion is a 3-cost psionic X-Men ally with 3 hit points. Thwarts for 1, attacks for 1. And as a response, after Legion uses a basic power, you can discard the top card of your deck. And if, depending on which card, what that printed resources are on that card, if it's an energy, you're going to deal 2 damage to an enemy, if it is a mental, you're going to remove 2 threat from a scheme. And if it's strength, you're going to heal 2 damage from Legion. So unfortunately, if it's a wild, it doesn't list printed wild on there.
Yeah, wild's not
it blanks.
So then we got Marrow here. She costs 2, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 2 hit points, X-Force. Play only if you have the X-Force or X-Men trait. And as a response, after Marrow enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy.
All right, then we've got Triage. So Triage is a 2-cost X-Men ally with 2 hit points. Triage thwarts for 1, attacks for 1. But as a response, after she enters play, you can heal 2 damage from an X-Men character.
Okay.
So could be an ally or a hero.
The next hero product we got was the Iceman hero pack. And that gave us Beak. He costs 2, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. He's an X-Men. After you play Beak from your hand, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each X-Men ally you control.
All right, then we've got Shadowcat. So she's a 3-cost X-Men ally with 3 hit points. She thwarts for 2. She attacks for 1. You do have to be an X-Men to play her, but as a response, after you play Shadowcat from your hand, you can choose a side scheme and play. That scheme loses each of the following symbols. So it loses an acceleration, it loses an amplify, it loses a crisis, and it loses a hazard symbol until the end of the round. So if you can get rid of it during that round, then you don't have to deal with those negatives anymore.
Okay. The next hero pack was Jubilee, and she gave us Synch.
I love Synch. Synch's a great card.
Costs 3, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. X-Men, play only if your identity has the X-Men trait. Interrupt. When you use a basic power, you can exhaust Synch, and you get +1 to that power for this use. Now, I really love using Synch with the next hero that's coming out, which is Nightcrawler. So the next product was the Nightcrawler hero pack.
All right, so Nightcrawler came with Gambit, which is a 3-cost ally thief X-Men with 3 hit points. Thwart and attack are both X. So X is the number of the boost icons on the card under Gambit. To get that card, you use the response. So after Gambit enters play, you're going to look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and tuck one of those underneath him. Only that booster field is available. You'll put the other 2 back in the same order, I think was the ruling.
Yeah, because you're looking.
Yeah, you're looking at them. So I do think that they did clarify that they do have to stay.
Yeah, it didn't say put it back in any order. So yeah, you got to keep the order. But you can say, oh, that guy just got 3 boosts, so now Gambit's a 3.
Yeah, so not only is that card out of play, but you're getting whatever those boost icons are as is thwart or attack.
Right, and we have some, like some pretty beefy elite minions that have 4 boost icons, so he could conceivably be a 4/4. The next product we had was the Magneto hero pack, and that gave us the White Queen. She costs 3, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Psionic X-Men. Play only if your identity has the X-Force or X-Men trait. Response: after White Queen enters play, discard a status card from a character. So the next product was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, which gave us Maria and Nick. And the first card we have is a reprint.
So Dum Dugan. So he's a 5-cost Dugan. A 5-cost ally with S.H.I.E.L.D. ally with 5 hit points. Thwarts for 3, attacks for 2. Takes 3 consequential when he thwarts, 2 consequential on the attack. So he does take a lot of consequential. But as an interrupt, whenever you use one of their basic powers, you can exhaust up to 3 shield cards you control, and for each card exhausted that way, you're going to get +1 to that power for that use. So if you've got several shields out there, you can make them thwart or attack for 6.
Okay. Then we got Grant Ward. He costs 0, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. He's a S.H.I.E.L.D. spy. Grant Ward cannot defend, and as a forced response, after you reveal a treachery, you may spend a mental resource. If you do, take damage equal to Grant Ward's attack, and if you do not, take damage equal to Grant Ward's attack and remove Grant Ward from the game.
Yeah, so he's good if you can actually work around that negative. Otherwise, he's a one-shot and done. All right, then we've got Melinda May, who is a 4-cost S.H.I.E.L.D. spy ally with 3 hit points. She thwarts for 2, she attacks for 2. And as a response, after she uses a basic power, you're going to look at the top card of the encounter deck, and you can discard that card.
Don't call me the cavalry. Then we have Nick Fury Sr. He costs 4, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. S.H.I.E.L.D. soldier. Response: after Nick Fury Sr. Enters play, choose 1. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Draw 2 cards. Or give a S.H.I.E.L.D. character a tough status card. At the end of the round, if Nick Fury Sr. is still in play, discard him. Right, the next product we have is Black Panther Shuri.
All right, so Black Panther Shuri gave us Aneka as a 3-cost Dora Milaje Wakanda ally with 3 hit points. She thwarts for 1, she attacks for 2. But as a response, whenever she uses a basic power, you get to resolve the special ability on another Dora Milaje ally. So she has her own special, but you have to resolve a different one. But her special is she could remove a threat from a scheme.
Okay.
But speaking of Dora Milaje,
Then we have Io here. She costs 3, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Another Dora Milaje Wakanda. And after she uses a basic power, you can resolve the special ability on another Dora Milaje ally, like say Aneka, for example. And her special power is deal 1 damage to an enemy.
okay. Then we had Okoye, so she is a 4-cost Dora Milaje Wakanda ally with 3 hit points. She thwarts for 2, attacks for 2. She has the same response to where she can, after she uses a basic, another Dora Milaje resolves their special. Her special, however, is choose a Wakanda hero or ally. They get +1 thwart and +1 attack until the end of the phase.
Okay. And the next product we had was the Silk Hero Pack, which gave us a Madam Web. She costs 3, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. She's a web warrior. After Madam Web enters play, look at the top X cards of the encounter deck, where X is the number of web warrior cards you control. You may discard 1 card, look this way, and put the rest back in any order.
Then we've got Spider-Man. So this is the Peter Parker version. It's a 3-cost ally. He's a web warrior with 3 hit points. He thwarts for 2. He attacks for 2. As a requirement, he does require 1 of each of the basic resources. So 1 energy, 1 mental, and 1 strength to play. And as a response, though, after he attacks or thwarts, you can choose another web warrior character to ready that character. Now, the interesting or the neat thing about him is he does have that requirement to play him. However, if you put him into play, and there are ways to do that, you don't have to meet that requirement. So that's what we try to do when we can.
And this is kind of an example of the current environment, because this card originally came out in Sinister Motive, and so it would have been out of the current format. But since Silk had this in her deck, as long as the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wave is valid, Spider-Man Peter Parker ally is valid.
Yes.
All right, so the next product is Falcon. Now, Falcon didn't come with any basic allies, but I just threw him in so that you could use this video as a reference for all the heroes that are valid in the current format. And Winter Soldier is kind of in the same boat as Falcon. However, he did have another copy of Nick Fury Sr., which we saw before. But that concludes the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wave. And now our current wave that we're in the middle of is Civil War, which is Hulkling and Tigra. And the first card we have.
All right, so the first one we've got here is Iron Lad. So this is a 2-cost Avenger ally with 3 hit points. He thwarts for 1, he attacks for 1. But as an interrupt, whenever Iron Lad uses a basic power, you can exhaust another Avenger ally you control, and you add that ally's matching power to Iron Lad's for this use. So that's a way you can take another Avenger ally, exhaust him so they don't take the consequential, and it adds on to Iron Lad. Okay. So you've just got 1 character taking consequential.
And then the last character we have is Yellow Jacket. This is for Hank Pym. He costs 3, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 consequential for each, 3 hit points. He's an Avenger. Play only if you have the Avenger trait. Response: after Yellow Jacket enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an upgrade and add it to your hand. All right. So that concludes the basic allies and also a list of all the heroes that are in the current format. So next we're going to do some basic events. So we're kind of wrapping up the current version of the current environment until new products come out. So
then we'll update.
This is the current environment. Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you'll get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see you.